Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's Christian here from the Calcio Bros, and there is plenty to talk to. Lots of action happened this week, and we're gonna get right to it all. We're gonna recap Serie A, what happened this week. Lots of action, lots of excitement, and some heartbreaking defeats, for some people. And as well, we had the Champions League and Europa League this week too, opening fixtures. So we'll get to talk on how these teams did in their opening week. But first, we got to start off of what happened last weekend on in Serie A. All right, so to start off on Saturday, we had four games. Now, starting in the morning was Napoli Atalanta, and I don't think anyone saw this result coming at all. Napoli wanted to come back, we'll say, after what happened in the against Juve, since they were deducted the 1 point and given the 3-0 loss to the table. So anyways, Napoli went and absolutely thrashed Atalanta here. They were up 4-0 at half. Game finished 4-1, but it was unbelievable because you don't see Atalanta being demolished like that. You don't see them being torn apart at all. Like, it was complete shock to everyone. Like, we expected a high scoring game from both sides, but for this to happen, I really don't think anyone saw this result coming at all. And also, Victor Osimhen gets his first goal for the club as well, and it finally comes where he gets it too. It's been building up after so long. It goes, it helps. That'll definitely boost his confidence and help him push forward. But Napoli do look like a threat. If it wasn't for that loss, they basically have won every game so far. So it's tough for where they stand, but it was a good bounce back after what happened last week. So I feel like Gasperini has to do some work after that. Like, they did rebound in Champions League, which we'll get into as well. But for Serie A, they can't be doing this against some of the big teams. I know Napoli is a strong team, but I would have honestly thought Atalanta would have fared better. I know Sportillo made the saves that he could have. His defense definitely let him down on that one here, so not much else they can do, I guess, right? 12 p.m., two games. We're going to start off with Sampdoria, Lazio here. We're up 2-0 at half before they scored a third late in the game, but Lazio, I don't know what happened to them at all. They've been very poor so far to start this season. You know, they have one win in their last all four of their games, and it's not something we expected from last year's Scudetto challengers as well. Yes, they didn't finish runners up, but they were at the odds for a while. But this isn't something we expected considering Samp as well, who have looked very shaky. They managed to pull back to back wins, but Augello had the game of his life and assisted and scored for Quagliarella's goal. Or, sorry, assisted for Quagliarella's goal and then scored with a great strike after that. But even Sampdoria's third goal, where was the Lazio defense in that one? Like, they were nowhere to be seen, giving the ball up right at the 18-yard box. Not something they should be doing. So, and Simone Inzaghi will hope that they can improve in Serie A. Let's hope they can focus on multiple competitions as well, because a lot of times they look like they were wanting to get eliminated or wanting to focus. That was like the Napoli the one year where they got eliminated at Europa League, so they could focus on Serie A, and look what that happened. They definitely need to step it up. So if they can do well in Champions League, sure. That's a bonus for Inzaghi. But Serie A still, you want to be a challenger in that, considering last year as well. Again, these are teams. Sometimes a team that Lazio should be beating and not getting thrashed by as well. So this was a shocking result for the Biancocelesti. Not something they want to see more of, and they will hope to get back going forward. The second game at 12 o'clock was the big one of the weekend, was the Derby della Madonnina, and there was a lot of hype into this game as well. Milan's good run of form, but also for Inter, who want to step up as well, be shown as potential Scudetto challengers. And I know Inter, like I said before, were missing a lot of players because they were positive with COVID-19. But still, even without those players, they still had a pretty strong lineup out there. Ibrahimovic coming clutch here with a penalty and another tap in as well. Liao, great work there to break free of D'Ambrosio, and then Lukaku as well, scoring one back for the home team, we'll say, but not enough. Inter did have their chances well, but Milan defended well. They kept it together. Will want to say referee missed calls on both sides though too. Like I don't want to say just for Milan or just for Inter, both sides completely. Like there's times like Vidal could have been sent off, or Barella could have been given a yellow. Kessie could have been sent off. Like there's so many challenges that went missed and nothing was handed out. It could have been into a much toastier affair. And it's funny, Ibra calling himself the god of Milan after Lukaku was dubbing himself the king of Milan from last year's derby. But at least Milan here were able to hold their lead and not give up, especially of what happened last year. So that was incredible for them. They are them and Aston Villa remain the only team so far in the leagues to win every game. So plaudits to them and great season so far for them. We'll talk about a little bit more about the Europa League as well and more what we can expect from Milan. Last game on Saturday at 2:45, bit of a shock result here. Crotone hosting Juve, finishing in a 1-1 draw here. I feel Pirlo's men should have done a lot better here. Morata had equalized after, I believe it was Simi scoring on the penalty. Even unlucky here because I want to say Chiesa sending off. I can see why the ref gave the red, but at the same time, like I feel it was too harsh of a red. There's no way like Chiesa could have stopped his running momentum. Like he was of course gonna step on Chigarini, but there's no way he could have stopped it. Like, and I'm surprised VAR didn't like say anything because like it wasn't on purpose at all. Like I just don't see it, but it was a tough one. And two, Morata's goal disallowed for the most fractionalized offside you will see. Like it's incredible, like just millimeters offside. I know it's offside is offside, but like you wouldn't believe how close Morata was to being onside. That was very unlucky. But at the same time, credit to Crotone, they held their own. They did have their chances to even get the leading goal here. So this is a huge result at home to Juve. I know many of it expected them to fall here, but still credit to them. I feel Pirlo's still trying to find his way, his lineup, have players work. I know a lot of them are saying they're enjoying it more being under Andrea Pirlo, but at the same time, can he lead them to where they need to be? Like, is it something that we can see? It's very tough to say. It's still early on. I know he's only played Roma, which has been the biggest team. He was supposed to play Napoli, but that didn't happen. So time will tell. Like I said, more towards the bigger opponents, Milan, Inter, when they play Napoli again, Lazio. Like it'll those are his tests, and especially more with the Champions League, against like Barcelona, for example. And we'll see. Like I'm still reserving or having reservations about it at the same time, but they really do need to do better. Going on to Sunday, 6:30, we had an absolute spectacle here. Bologna were up 3-1, 2-1 at half. They go and score a third, but Sassuolo managed to get three late goals to win the game. The winning goal coming from an unlucky Tomiyasu own goal. Can't believe how hard that was to say that name, but it should be easier than that. But credit to Mihailovic's men, even De Zerbi didn't want to take anything away. Yes, his team fought great to get the victory and to come back, but he knew Mihailovic's team should have got the victory. At the same time, they played exceptionally well, and it's unlucky for Bologna not to pull away with something. They need to do better if they want to keep leads like that. It was very unfortunate for them. So they will hope to do better, but Sassuolo looking great to start off the season. They're second right now. Anything can change. I know it's early on, but still second so far. 10 points out of 4 games, only one draw. Come on, you got to give them credit. De Zerbi really does know how to play an attractive style of football, and his players are really exceptional as well. A lot of players are starting to pick it up, and considering they've been missing Boga as well, who's one of their clinical players as well, really, you got to give it to them. Chicho Caputo just knows how to lead the lineup there, right? 9 a.m., two games there. We had Torino, Cagliari stealing the 3 points away. Here, Torino, no points after 3 games. They are gaming back because of the Genoa Torino postponement. But still, you would have expected something from this team. I don't know what Gianpaolo's doing, but we can see probably why he got fired from Milan. And Torino really need to step themselves up. Like they have some like Izzo, Belotti, like Sirigu, who's he has had his moments. Like I know the third goal was a bit of his fault, but at the same time he can pull off a save. Like he's pretty good. He can be outstanding. Like he can stand on his head, but tough. And I don't see Torino as relegation candidates. They're just too good a quality, but they do want to. They need to find something to step it up, some type of spark, but it's just not showing there. But Cagliari, all credit to them. They did well to keep their eyes on the prize, get the victory away. After this is actually their first win of the season too. Credit to them. They did it. Simeone continuing his run of form. Then again, we did see them going on what 14-game unbeaten streak, and then they went in a 14-game winless run. Uh, they if as long as they keep consistent or keep steady, pick up a win here and there, get some points, draws, they'll stay up, but not as they won't want to. They'll want to stay away from the relegation zone, right? They want to do better. So I just gotta say, Torino really has to pick it up. Even Gianpaolo said he would have hoped to have a few points by now, but they've just looked terrible. And it's not the Tito I remember that was qualifying for Europe a couple seasons ago. Like, come on. Maybe Belotti should have had the move when he had the chance. Cairo begging for 100 mil, and it's probably not even worth that anymore. But still, he's bagging goals in there, helping his team. But the rest of the team has to pick it up themselves. You can't do everything. Second game at 9 a.m. was another spectacle as well. Spezia Fiorentina, 2 goals within the first 5 minutes, and they thought they can carry it away, but Spezia managed to regain themselves, pick themselves up, managed to get a goal before half, and then late on scoring an equalizer, fighting from 2-0 down. So, you know, I still have them as relegation candidates, but if they continue to fight like how they did against Fiorentina, I can see them staying up. Like, come on, that takes heart to stay up. They just didn't let up. But at the same time, I don't want to take anything away from them. Sometimes I hate doing that, but you also have to give it to no, you have to also have it at Fiorentina. You have your 2 goals early and you just let yourself slip. You look like you're on pace to score more than that. Maybe 5 throughout the game if you continue, but no. So you guys let up and slacked off, and Spezia managed to equalize. And at the same time, like, you still have Yakini as your coach. Like, everyone knows why. Or everyone wondering why. You don't have Yakini as a coach. He's terrible. You might as well get Spalletti now who's available. Like, Comiso, come on. Look at someone who can actually turn your club around. Yakini? No, not at all. Not a chance. I don't know how him and his hat managed to stay in charge of the Fiorentina bench. Like, I really don't know. Because with him, you're definitely not going to win that many games at all. Yeah, he managed to do it for a bit last year to help you guys stay up, but if you want to finish mid-table, just get someone else. Just stay clear. Get someone else. That's all I have to say. But again, credit to Spezia to fight back, salvage a point, and they managed to do it. 12 p.m. Udinese Parma, the Friuli side managed to get their first victory after losing their first 3 games, winning it late thanks to a Pusetto strike from distance. It was tied at half. They thought they were going to tie it up, but Udinese managed to get the important 3 points and finally set themselves off to a positive road. But that's again if they can keep it up. Parma have to do some work, and now they don't. They were almost set to tie it up, but no, they had to concede. So they want to make sure they don't concede late on as well, because that will definitely hurt them in the end as well. So they'll hope to pick it up and maybe get some draws here and there. Same with Udinese, they will hope to pick themselves up, continue on this, but it depends who they get to play and how well they can keep it up. It's really tough to see, tough to tell, right? 2:45 Roma Benevento. Roma taking this away 5-2. It was 2-1 at half as well, and I want to say because this was close because as soon as Roma got their third goal, Benevento just shut off and conceded another two goals. They played well. They got the lead early, just unlucky to not hold something out until half. But they did play great, but they again did shut off after the third goal Roma scored. So that's not something people on Zaghi's side will want going forward, because after you concede a third goal and you're still down by a couple or down by one, like you have a chance to equalize. Do something, continue fighting, but they just lost it. I think especially when you're trying to over attack, you just get caught as well. So very unlucky as well. I will say the penalty for that was awarded to Roma was kind of unlucky. Both sides, Veretout took a heavy touch, and he just managed to get the Benevento player. But I'm still trying to wonder with Benevento's goal how like the goalie got the ball, but he also got the player. But at the same time, you give the benefit of the doubt to the goalie if he actually does get the ball, but unless I'm understanding different rules at the same time. So if someone wants to explain that to me, but I do see the Roma's penalty as a non-penalty. So if anyone has any differences on that, be sure to let me know if you agree if it was a penalty. Like I said, I find it more of a I find Roma's less of a penalty than Benevento's. Benevento's was a little unlucky as well. I feel it could have been a foul, but what are you gonna do, right? The ref made the call. VAR clarified everything, but how many times do we ever agree with VAR at the same time? Last game was played on Monday, which was Verona Genoa, finished in a 0-0 draw. Uh, really not much I can say here. Verona picked up a point after losing. Uh, really, like Genoa still hasn't won since their first game against Crotone, but they both managed to pick up something. Not much going forward, but you know they split the points. What else can I say? Not much. So, round four. Now, if you guys agreed with anything I did say, be sure to let me know. Comment down below. It's still no standings yet. Again, 4 games in, still hard to judge. I'll wait a couple more rounds, perhaps, and then talk a little bit more of what we see. Maybe after a good 10 rounds, 10 solid rounds, when it starts to shape up. But it does change quickly. Again, if you guys had any thoughts about the Derby della Madonnina, Lazio's performance, Crotone Juve, Spezia Fiorentina, Roma Benevento, Napoli Atalanta, again, like any of these games, be sure to throw in your thoughts as well. See if you agree with anything I do say as well. I do want to hear what you guys have to say, if you guys agree with me or not. Be sure to comment below. So before I talk about the Champions League and Europa League, I just want to get into what's happening next weekend in Serie A. So we have one game opening up the weekend, which is on Friday at 2:45, Sassuolo Torino. Sassuolo have looked in great form, and if they do win this, they will go sole leaders of Serie A, just a point above Milan. But again, Milan will still have to play this weekend as well. Torino know they have a tough task at hand against a strong Sassuolo side, and they will hope to get something out of that. I know Giampaolo will hope to halt Sassuolo, will definitely be tough. Torino will hope to get a victory or even their first points of the season. Like I said, the Nero Verdi looking to continue their good run of form and hopefully go first. And again, being first right now doesn't mean much, but for a team like Sassuolo just to even be first, hey, why not, you know? Going on to Saturday, 9 a.m. Atalanta Sampdoria. Atalanta will look to rebound after suffering a heavy defeat against Napoli, while Sampdoria will take their confidence beating Lazio, and hopefully they're looking they can do the same. Ranieri's men have confidence they can play, but Atalanta are very tricky. They know they can score, they can get goals from anyone, so it could be a tight affair, but I could be wrong. It could end up a blowout for someone. Could be a 0-0 draw, could go goalless. Who knows, right? Anything can happen. We can expect the unexpected. 12 p.m. Genoa Inter. Now both teams still recovering from COVID cases as well. Some teams still suffering from it, but I still feel Inter could take this away. I said the same thing last week about a couple of games, but that didn't pan out. But Inter will look to rebound, considering they did not want to lose the derby, but they have to get right back at it and take the victory here against Genoa at the Marassi. Ending off Saturday's matches is Lazio Bologna. Both teams suffered heartbreaking, no, not really heartbreak, more for Bologna than anything. But basically both teams, same thing, want to pull back after disappointing losses. Lazio have a bit of momentum from midweek from the Champions League, which they want to carry into. But Bologna know they managed to outplay Sassuolo for a bit and take the lead. But if they do have the lead, they want to make sure they can hold it and not lose out, and even just pick up something at the Olimpico. Hopefully, it can go forward with that, and we'll have to see how they do there. Now, going into Sunday, I'm not sure whether it's here or in Italy, but the time does change, so games will be an hour later. So at 7:30, we have Cagliari Crotone. This should be I feel it should be an interesting game. Cagliari winning their first game of the season. While Crotone is still looking for something, they do have confidence after drawing Juve, so it should be something entertaining. We'll see who will be able to pull away with anything here. I feel Cagliari could edge out, but Crotone could surprise a few of us and maybe pull out something. Be tough to say, right? 10 a.m. 2 games. Parma, Spezia. Now Spezia have confidence after managing to get the point away from Fiorentina. They'll hope to take that and build on something, because like I said, if they can pull away in games like this, especially Parma, Fiorentina, it's games like that where they can pull away a win or a draw, just those points, it'll help them build up the table, build up the momentum, go on something they can build on. And as well, if Parma are considered for relegation candidates closer to the end of the season, then that could also mean the scontro diretto, the head-to-head. It will come clutch for someone like a team like Spezia who are fighting for relegation. It could just be well help them stay out of there and relegate some other teams. But like I said, they'll have to pull away. It should be a game to watch out for, so be sure to check it out. The other 10 a.m. game is Benevento Napoli. Now Benevento will look after a promising couple games. They did look well against Inter, Roma. They did get a big win over Bologna and Samp. So they have looked good, but they want to be more consistent if they can. Hopefully, they can pull away with something against a Napoli side who has looked incredible this year. They want to make sure technically go undefeated, even though they're not. So we'll see what they can pull away with here. But I'm gonna see again, two former teammates in Gattuso and Inzaghi. So I want to watch out for as well. And we'll see whose tactics come up best against each other, right? Then we go on to 1 o'clock. We have Fiorentina Udinese. Now Fiorentina will want to make sure if they have a lead, a 2 goal lead at least, to not concede, or to at least if they score early enough, make sure they build on that. They don't want to slack off, because I feel if another disappointing result comes here against Udinese, then yeah, Keeney's definitely out of a job here, because I don't see him surviving. Like, come on. You let a lead slip against Inter, a lead slip against Spezia. You lost again against Sam Plake. How many more chances are going to give him? Like I said, why do you still have Yakini as a coach? Why? If you expect to finish mid-table, he's not the one to do that for you. So, depends. If you really want to gun, lose. If not, guess you can go farther with him. What am I to tell you? After that, we have at 3:45 Juve Verona. Juve want to bounce back after a disappointing draw against Crotone, so they will hope to do that at the Allianz Stadium. While Verona want to pick up something positive there. Maybe they can surprise a few with a victory or pull away with a draw. If they saw Crotone do it, maybe they can do it as well. They did hold Roma, but then again, that was at the Bentagodi, so not like it was at the Olimpico. It'll be definitely tough to say. I know Verona haven't scored that many goals, but they'll hope to pull away with something here, right? And again, Juve still trying to find their consistency. Look to the team they're trying to be under Pirlo, and he's still trying to make sure he gets his players, continue to get his players in the way he wants them to be playing. Now at 3:45 on Monday, we have Milan Roma, which is set to be another big game over here. Can Milan continue their hot run of form and continue on and win 5 consecutive Serie A opening games, or will Roma halt them and come away with a victory here? It's definitely a tasty affair as we see it. As we know, Milan won the last time around at the San Siro during the post-COVID season. Well, it's still technically a post-COVID season. We'll say post-lockout, anyways. But Roma have looked good as well this season, but they will hope to be a little more consistent. I know they've drew Juve, managed to get good victories against Udinese and Benevento. Pedro, who joined Roma on a free, has looked good. A little more uh, gelling with his teammates. They will hope to continue. He hopes to continue what he has been doing, banging in goals for them. But again, you have Ibra, who has, like I said, dubbed himself the God of Milan. 4 goals so far for him in Serie A. He will look to continue his scoring run. Maybe he'll score another 10 goals with Milan like he did. And he only did that in half a season, which is incredible for a now 39-year-old. I honestly can't believe how he's been able to go. If he only had a younger body, we'll say, like, it would still be incredible, even more ridiculous than he is now. So I do feel this will be a tough test for Milan, because a lot more pressure on them than Roma, but it's, it's gonna be an enticing game for sure. So that's everything happened in round 5. Again, don't forget the time change. Like I said, I don't know if it's in Italy or here in Canada. Either way, starting Sunday games are an hour later. So be sure, don't forget to set your watches for the games. If there's any interesting games down there upcoming this weekend, be sure to comment below and let us know what you're looking forward to. All right. So, with Serie A taken out of the way, going to quickly go into Champions League now. So, we had match day 1 right now on Tuesday. We had Juve play the earlier match at 12:55. They came away with it against Dinamo Kiev, a good away win with Alvaro Morata scoring a brace here. Then we had at 3:45, or sorry, 3 o'clock. Now I'm getting ahead of myself. We had Lazio in their first game back, managing to beat Dortmund 3-1. Immobile scoring against his former side, and you have Akpro, who scored on his Champions League debut after giving a shot by Lazio, considering he was, released for, I believe it was 7 months, which is incredible. So it was definitely a good way for Lazio to start off the season, or start off their Champions League campaign in a good way. And I know, like I said, I feel they can do well in Champions League, but we have to see how consistent they can be going forward. Like, was still such a, I still want to say they still have a limited roster here, so I really want to see how they can manage with the two competitions and the intensity they have to play with. We'll see what they can do here, right? Going back to Juve again, Alvaro Morata scoring it. They did look a little better, but there's times they did switch off, and Dynamo Kiev definitely could have scored. That's something Pirlo needs to work with, and being able to um, get his team going. There's times they have, again, I've seen them look shaky, and they have to make sure they don't let that happen on a consistent basis if they want to win another Scudetto and actually try and win, or not actually try and win. Everyone actually tries to win it, but to attempt to win, to be in the finals, and get their hands on the elusive Champions League trophy. Because again, that's what they got Ronaldo for. That's what they got Chiesa for. They got these players to win the Champions League, but they have come up short. The Lit again, for example, they have come up short. And they want to do better. They want that trophy. They don't care about Serie A. The Champions League is the one they want. Yet Wednesday we had the other two games, both at 3 p.m. We had Midtjylland, if I said that right, against Atalanta, and Atalanta continuing their scoring run after getting thumped over the weekend against Lazio. They came away with this 4-0, a huge away victory here. Better way to start off their season than last year. I know last year they had a bit of a tough outing, but this was a positive performance. 3-0 at halftime, too. Just what we would expect from Atalanta. Good thing going forward into their next game, because again, they also have Ajax and Liverpool to play with. Those are definitely going to be some tough games for them, and they will hope that they can bounce back and manage to upset a few people here. Then we have Inter against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Lukaku, it was goalless at the break. Lukaku quickly getting the goal for himself right after, but then Ben Sebaini scoring on the penalty to equalize not long after. We'll say another 10, 15, whatever minutes pass by. Mönchengladbach score late in the game. They thought they had the win thanks to Hoffman, but Lukaku managed to sneak a late equalizer in at the far post through a corner. Lukaku was unsatisfied. He got 2 goals. Their team didn't lose, but he was unsatisfied because his team did not get the victory. Inter cannot do this. This was something they have to be more consistent with. They have to step up. A lot of their players have to step up. They have to make sure they capitalize on their chances. I know they're still missing a few players, but at the same time, look at Shakhtar Donetsk. I know it's not Serie A outside Italy. They had 10 positive cases to a lot of their first team players, and they beat Real Madrid. They need to do better if they want to do something like that against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Conte really has to step it up. He needs to get his tactics right, know who to play, and I will want to say he's playing Kolarov again at a back three when he's not suitable. You saw it even in the derby where he's not suitable in a back three at all. He really needs to get something going and to make his team look like a formidable opponent here against teams like this. But then again, I'm not the coach, so I can't say anything, right? Anyways, those were all 4 games for the Champions League. We have another week coming up as well because they're just trying to rush through everything as well, considering the late start for a lot of these seasons. We have on Tuesday Shakhtar Donetsk, Inter. So both teams will look, or Inter will most likely hope to bounce back after that disappointing draw, while Shakhtar have the momentum after beating Madrid. Should be an enticing fixture as well. Tuesday at 4 o'clock as well, we have Atalanta Ajax. Now, that should be a very, very interesting affair, as Ajax do also look to play attacking football. They got an unlucky defeat against Liverpool thanks to an own goal. But I'm actually looking forward to this at the Gewis Stadium, as it's just been cleared. I don't even know if I said the stadium name right. Anyways, but you know, that will be a great game. So be sure to check that out. Wednesday, again, we got the two games at 4 o'clock. We have Club Bruges versus Lazio. Lazio will definitely, I feel they could take away after beating Dortmund. This should be another victory for them as long as they don't slip up. um, excuse me. They should have it unless Club Bruges decides to pull off a surprise. That's all I can say. But you know, then we have the other big game. We have Juve Barcelona. Barcelona missing PK. Barcelona winning their other game in the group as well, hammering Ferencvaros, a new team in the competition, 5-1. Juve hope to get some momentum going. I know they're missing Ronaldo as well because he's still tested positive for COVID and won't be declared health. He's not allowed to be declared healthy for the match unless he's been healthy or at least a week prior. So that's unfortunate. And again, it will be the first time Ronaldo plays Messi in the group stages in the Champions League. First time ever. So that would have been a spectacle. But maybe we'll see it at the Camp Nou in a few weeks' time. So, first round fixtures as well as results. Let us know what you guys think. Going to quickly touch on Europa League before we end off here. Three teams playing off. We had the two games at 12:55. We had Napoli versus AZ Alkmaar, and somehow Napoli lost at home where they wasted so many opportunities and AZ scoring on their only opportunity of the match. Way to capitalize it there. So not the way Gattuso's men would have wanted to open up Europe. And considering I know AZ Alkmaar had a few positive cases as well, I guess that's what happens. Not the way they wanted to again start off. We have 12. The other one was Young Boys Roma, where Roma managed to come from behind and steal the 3 points to get an opening round fixture for their group and managed to put themselves in a positive direction. 3 p.m. we had Celtic Milan. Milan taking the victory here, 3-0. Sorry, 3-1. 3-1. They did let off a bit in the second half where Celtic did score, but Hoga scoring his first for the club on the way to capitalize it, and with that, Milan go 21 games unbeaten. So that's why there's a lot more pressure on them going forward to going forward against Roma as well. So they can definitely do it. It is going to be tough, but they can push on. All three teams looked, well, I wouldn't say Napoli, but at least Roma, Milan, they both got the victory. Napoli really will have to step it up going forward. Fixtures for next Thursday. 1:55, same thing, hour change, so I assume it's, again, I don't even know if it's Europe here, but anyways, Milan plays Sparta Prague at 1:55 at the San Siro. Milan could hopefully take this away and hope to go top of the group depending on how the other game goes with Lille and Celtic. But they will hope to go for 2 in this group and keep on that positive note. 4 o'clock, we had the Real Sociedad Napoli fixture. That should be a very entertaining affair here. Napoli would definitely want to rebound after that disappointing collapse at home, while Sociedad will hope, to make Napoli struggle and hopefully for them go top of the group because they won their opening fixture. Tough to say, but the Gattuso's men will really hope to just bounce back and not look disappointing once again after that result, right? Then we have Roma hosting CSK Sofia in that fixture. CSK Sofia beating Basel 3-1 in that game, or in the other fixture. So both teams who started off their game in winning ways will hope to continue forward, and we'll see who can top the group right now. Maybe going 2 for 2 in that group. Tough to say, but Roma again should pull away with this as well. Milan should pull away with it. But it really is tough to say because anything can happen in Europe. So I think I'm done for that. Hopefully you guys enjoy a bit of rambling there and maybe some nonsense. Or if you guys actually enjoyed that, be sure to let me know. Let me know what you guys think of the upcoming Europa League fixtures and results, and or just any results from Serie A, Champions League, Europa League, whichever one you guys want to. Any topics that I missed as well, be sure to comment below and let me know. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Calcio_Bros. If you haven't already done so, click the bell to receive notifications on all our latest videos and subscribe for more Calcio content. We will hear from you guys soon. Ciao.